Jolie's wife may have won the battle, but Mega Hill McGregor may have already sold us the quadrilogy.
What time is it then? Please tell these guys.
It's Tony time, bitches! Yeah!
Welcome to Tony's MMA Corner, the only MMA channel that has your eyes in me DMs. I am your host, Tony Sepulveda. Today we're going to go over the aftermath of UFC 264 and that crazy trilogy. First, I'd like to remind everybody to become a patron on my Patreon so they can get a shout out on Tony's MMA Corner. And also, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Or, instead of proper 12, I'm going to have to start drinking stuff from plastic bottles. This weekend's fight was straight fireworks. It started off with Conor starting off in like all karate mode and stuff, and you know, like touch butt Conor, and then he like starts doing spinning stuff, and then he's throwing like leg kicks, and they're landing. Actually, he's lefty, so he starts doing leg kicks, and they're landing, and then Dustin starts hitting them with some two-piece and soda. So then Conor clinches, and remember he said first person to shoot is a dusty bitch. Well, he shot anyway, and so then Dustin gets into a clinch, and then puts his head in his armpit, so that Conor goes for the guillotine. And remember, he said, like, the submissions don't count. Well, he went for it anyway, because Conor's a cheeky bastard. So then, he gets the guillotine, but then Dustin starts grounding, pounding him. And then Conor starts going into, like, BJJ mode. And he gets, like, spider guard grips in his MMA gloves. And starts doing, like, up kicks. And then they get up, they stand up. And then Conor breaks his leg. It's pretty crazy. One of the big takeaways right away is that Conor is very, very cheeky and sharp, because once he realized he broke his leg, he knows he's not going to win. But he's not quitting either. He knows it's the end of the round. He's covering up because he wants to make sure that there's a way that he can display a narrative that Dustin didn't really win, even though Dustin was whipping his ass. But there's the doubt. And Conor's not the only one, obviously, that showed that he's sharp. Dustin, super sharp in the fight. And also the fact that Conor was trying to get dark with that trash talk, and Dustin didn't let it affect him in the slightest. He took it in stride, and he executed. And Dustin's husband, Jolie, showed how much of a woman she is at the end. In the post-fight interviews, there was a moment where Joe Rogan's sitting next to Conor, and Conor's leg is broken. He's steaming, man. A lot of people were upset about it, including Conor's team. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, everyone's like, oh, this is why they don't respect the UFC as a sport, or that she shouldn't have done that. I was like, listen, UFC doesn't need to be respected as a sport. Sports suck. The UFC and MMA is for fans of violence. In sports, players flop and pretend to be hurt. Conor decides to go straight Vince McMahon mad villain style and cut a promo. You're dead, Poirier! The following Monday after the fight, Conor was already talking about how successful surgery was and that he's ready to start rehabbing and get back after it. You gotta love it. There was a lot of nasty things said on Conor's side of it during the promo to the fight and during the promotion after the fight for the quadrilogy. You have Matt Serra saying that Conor's a dirtbag. You have Ronda Rousey saying that the UFC and the rest of MMA should be thankful that they have Conor. Personally, if you want my take, and I'll give it to you like it matters, they're all right. Conor is a dirtbag. But we've known this. He's been the heel since he came to the UFC. He absolutely tormented Aldo on his way to the featherweight title and said a lot of dark things. But the more famous he is, I guess people are starting to pretend like they're surprised at this. This is what Conor does. This is what made you all watch him. Guys, this is fighting. And fighting is conflict. Sure, there are some personalities in the UFC that are nice guys. And some of them are genuinely nice guys. And they played that role well. There are some guys that pretend to be nice guys, and we know where they're full of it. I think Colby Covington put it best when he says this is the ultimate fighting championships, not the ultimate friends championships. These guys are here to commit large amounts of violence on each other, and yet we're all trying to kid ourselves like it's something different. There are people that say that there are some things you shouldn't talk about, that certain things cross the line? Well, everyone has a different line. And the beauty of MMA is you get to fight that guy that crosses that line. So he can cross that line. And you can make him pay for it. Happens all the time. There are also those that say that, these guys, they should be role models. No, they shouldn't. Role models for who? Most people are telling me, role models for the youth or the kids. No. Kids' role models should be their parents. Their parents should take care of that. Not some guy that fights for a living. That they don't even know. While Conor certainly is selling that quadrilogy, I don't think that's going to be the fight that both of them are going to have next. Dustin is #1 contender. He's going to fight Charles Oliveira. He's going to win or he's going to lose. And then Conor is suspended till January. If he decides to come back, Conor can fight whoever he wants. We'll probably still tune in. You can literally put him with a broomstick. Maybe that broomstick's going to be Nate Diaz. The big question, will Conor come back the same after that? I don't think so. It's a pretty nasty injury. His fighting style doesn't show me that he's going to be the same Conor. Can he still win? Sure. The guy's a world-class talent. What do you guys think? Does Conor come back the same? Who does Conor fight next? Does it mean Nate Diaz? Or a guy like Justin Gaethje? Or a guy like Jorge Masvidal? He's got plenty of guys to pick from. Let me know in the comments, guys. And I'll see you fans of violence next time on Tony's MMA Corner. Eat that!